Welcome back, and we're still here. We're still in the warehouse. We're still checking out stolen food, and Lantern's probably going to kill Lantern. He's still going to kill Swat later. So yeah, back to the smalls and this nonsense.
Enough of that to go around. Oh yes.
Okay. So you've just uncovered the contract that has a very hard to read signature on it. You've learned that there have been goblins in this warehouse, but you have seen no goblins employed by the co-op. And you've learned that a pair of goblins tend to show up with an orc and collect part of a wheelbarrow's worth of food in exchange for a fairly hefty sum of money. What is the plan?
I do believe some observation is in order. Wouldn't you all agree?
Definitely. I think I should be up in that catwalk watching that spot on the floor because I think that's part of what's going on. If it smells like goblins and has goblin footprints.
Yuki, did you get other smells?
I think I only smelled the goblins.
Well, you smelled many things. You smelled many people, but goblins were definitely prevalent. I mean, you smelled the foreman, you smelled the assistant, you smelled several of the other people you saw milling around here. But for some reason, near that spot, it was very heavily smelled like goblins.
I mean, there were other people around, but this one spot, mostly Goblin Town.
Oh, Foreman, when is the next time that the goblins are scheduled to arrive?
Oh, they'll probably be here tonight probably show up after I leave again.
Just making sure, just in case none of these dunderheads think about it. Is it this warehouse, or is it going to be another warehouse you may be in charge of?
Well, this is the warehouse.
So they keep coming to this warehouse alone.
Well, the goblins that we were talking about, the ones with the cart, they go up to the store. As far as I know, those goblins have never been in here.
Interesting.
The goblins, the assistant sticks around for get the stuff from the store, not from the warehouse.
Right.
Yeah.
Be watching the store, and some folks should be watching the warehouse.
I can do the warehouse. That catwalk looks perfect for me to take a sneaky peek, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, this is sounding more like a job for the rat folk. They're good at sneaky things.
Well, we don't have the rat folk with us right now. We have you. Perhaps one of your many bags of things in your bag of tricks could help us keep an eye out on things. You are ever so good at constructing things.
suppose
So do you guys just want to fast forward to when we actually get to the point where the goblins show up?
Yeah.
The store and who's gonna watch the warehouse? We've got Magpie on warehouse duty.
Yeah, it seems more fitting for her because of the the structure of the warehouse in general.
Snarky's got to pick up a alarm device that somehow will send a message. As you know, it's not going to do that. He thought about it for a moment and just thought, no, let's not this is too much work. He's just going to wait. Wait in the store. Probably snag a blanket or something to hide behind. And just keep an eye on things.
Yuki, your magical abilities might be useful for impeding anyone who shows up in the warehouse, and also for keeping you protected. So it might be prudent to have you in there with Magpie.
No, don't leave me alone! Please delay again.
I don't think she wants to be alone away
Oh.
from you.
Okay, we will... Snock, will you be good watching the store and watching for those other goblins?
Oh, this is something new. Yeah, I can handle the store.
Alright. Us three will be in the warehouse, I guess.
I'll be up on the catwalk if either of you need me. Magpie just kind of bounds up to the ladder and starts climbing up.
I'm gonna check something real quick. Da-da-da-da-da. Friday, so that lasts an hour. Good to know.
So once you get into position, give me a dex roll, Magpie.
Okay. Just a straight up dex check?
Yep.
$22.
Okay. Good to know.
And Saya and Yuki are going to try to hide amidst the shelves a little bit.
Yuki uses disguise self to turn them all into boxes.
Yuki pulls a solid snake.
Effectively, yes. Go ahead and roll stealth checks with advantage.
Alrighty. What is my stealth? Oh, okay. Well, I'm not rolling better than that. That is a 25. I got a nat 20 on that.
Same?
Okay, good to know.
Now we know where the good rolls are going. You're
So-
nicking me good rolls.
And Snark is hiding out in just... Are you trying to be hidden, or are you just kind of acting casual, or what, while you're in the store?
Despite being a goblin-sized walking suit of armor, he's going to try and find a quiet corner to hide in. Possibly find some kind of tapestry, a carpet, or towels that throw over himself so he doesn't draw too much attention.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
And now I remember. Oh God, I need to look at the as if there's a bit. Because he is using the stealth artificer armor setup.
I don't remember Iron Man having a stealth suit.
I think he made one for someone. Like, who knows in the comics? He's made, like, all the
Yeah.
suits.
Okay, armor. Infiltrate, doubling field. You have advantage on dexterity stealth checks if the armor normally imposes disadvantage on checks. The advantage and disadvantage will cancel each other out as normal. So, since he's pretty much using heavy armor, that is just a standard. So let's check that beforehand. Oh well. Stuff. That is a 17.
Okay, good to know. So time passes, and all the workers are kind of looked at you guys quizzically as you guys were scrambling to get in position, but the foreman and the assistant kind of clued them into you're there to help out the problem. So, time passes, dusk hits, the foreman leaves for the day, and shortly after, almost on cue in fact, you see two goblins approaching from the main street that leads into the co-op. At least Snark does. The rest of you are kind of... You're in the warehouse, so I don't think you have that clearest shot, but the general store has windows and you can see in that direction. You can see the two goblins, one of them carrying a wheelbarrow-sized cart, being prodded along by an orc towards the store. The goblins reach the storefront, open up the door, hand over a sack of money to the administrative assistant, who then points him in the direction of... They also hand her a small list. She looks over the list and points him in the direction of the items on the list. They go, they pick up the items, they load them into the wheelbarrow, and then they turn around and leave. And while this is going on... Okay, that is good to know. And so far, there's absolutely no activity in the warehouse. Do you do anything?
I'm going to keep waiting.
Okay.
Magpie is just keeping an eye on that spot and around the warehouse itself in case something else happens. She's still a stone.
Yuki is just humming to herself. Little boxes on the hillside, little boxes, ready ticky-tacky. But nobody can hear it because it's all in her head.
Okay, 2 hours pass. So far, nothing else has happened. The night watch is set up outside of the warehouse. You've been watching that spot intently for a couple of hours. I'm going to say you need to make a Constitution saving throw to avoid getting sleepy.
Uh,
20.
17.
13.
Okay, it's not a hard check to make. Is Snark doing anything since the store is pretty much closed up, except for they haven't locked the door because you're still in there?
He will have tried following the goblins when they left.
Okay.
He is basically resorting to the old cartoon things of every time they look at, if they happen to look around, he's just disappearing, trying to disappear like a scarecrow, just trying to stand against the wall. He's basically doing the whole crunk thing.
Okay. So in that case, I need you to make me 4 stealth checks.
Stealth check number 1. That is a 16.
Okay.
Number 2. 23.
Okay.
That's a dirty 20.
Okay.
Final one. 24.
Alright. As far as you can tell, you managed to follow them all the way back to what looks like an open field in front, kind of on the outskirts of a not like 2-house village, but a relatively small village. And it was about a 2-hour walk one way. So let me give me a perception check with disadvantage.
Perception check with disadvantage coming up. That's a 15.
Okay. So the orc and the goblins rounded a corner a good ways in front of you. I mean, you did have to follow it a little bit of a distance to, avoid making sound because heavy armor. But they rounded a corner, and by the time you catch up, they're gone. As in, you can't see them anywhere anymore, but you're basically at what would be kind of the main road into the village, next to a small hill.
Look around, checking to see that cat had got that far in front of me.
Okay, perception check.
That's a 15.
You notice that you can kind of see the rut from the wheels on the cart. Even though it wasn't that heavily laden down, it still leaves marks. They kind of stop in front of the hill.
I'm going to burn a second level spell slot and activating see invisibility. Snag just basically belts the side of his helm a few times to get a kick in.
Good idea, but unfortunately you don't see any invisible creatures hiding around. You don't see anything out of the ordinary when you see invisibility. Hang on, let me look up one rule real quick. I want to make sure to make sure something wouldn't reveal itself. Okay, that combined with that. Okay. However, I'm going to give you another bit here because you started scanning the area again when you did see invisibility. And I'm assuming you were focused on the hill.
Yep.
I'm giving you your earlier perception roll to see this. There is a small 6-sided orange gem about waist high. Just kind of buried in the rock of the hill.
Making a mental note of that. Got plans? Got plans? We're going to need the rest of the smalls to progress.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will also say that you kind of noticed that it doesn't look all that remarkable, except it looks like there's been a lot of activity. Not right at the hill, but more like close to where, it's a small village, so they don't have a wall or anything. But you can imagine the big gate being over the main road. Like, just kind of in front of and off to the side of that, you notice there's been, quite a bit of activity right there.
I bet there has.
I'm just waiting to see what Lantern does here I'm just kind of wondering what Lantern's thinking.
It's all with the meta knowledge of the player that the character cannot know.
I know I'm missing some details, but a picture is forming in my mind.
So, does Snark do anything else?
Snark wants to go on for an hour or two to observe things, and if nothing happens in that time, he's going to return to the warehouse.
Okay. I will just say, quick cut back to the warehouse. Nothing's happening there. And back to Snark. Well, it's a village, so there are kids playing, even though we're starting to get into the night. There are kids playing, there are people just doing what villagers do in the middle of the night. Some of them gathered around, small fires, cooking meals, all that type of thing. But just a standard village full of standard villagers just sitting there doing what a standard village does. You do get a couple of kids that wander up and kind of stare at you for a bit before giggling and running back to their parents. As kids do.
I could ask someone questions, and we could lay down some grease and just watch them slide around like idiots. Are there any beggars around?
Yeah, not with those rolls, there won't be.
Is there anyone trying to start a fire and having trouble doing so?
Okay, yeah, you do see one man sitting. You do see one man kind of in the. Not the outskirts, but a little bit further in, sitting there with, a stick and a bow, trying to get the fire to light, but for whatever reason, it just doesn't want to. And you see, presumably, it's his girlfriend or his wife, just sitting there laughing at him because he's failing miserably at doing this campfire thing, and you don't know what that's all about, but yeah, he's having trouble.
Well, sir, I say, is your lucky day happening in time? Your orders just come in. And just now, just pulls out this little metal box thing.
So he stands up. You approached him from the back when you did that. Stands up, and he goes, "You! I've had enough of you! I want you off of..." And then he turns around and sees you, and goes, "Oh, you're not him."
No, I have come to make your day a little better, but in exchange for a bit of information.
You sound like him.
Yeah, but a very big side. This sounds like it needs punching. Very people who can need punching as well. Justly so. Now, as for your fireballs, here I have the handy dandy little fire maker box. All you do is just flick it back and you demonstrate and fix it back. It's basically a magical version of a firelighter.
You see him just kind of drop the stick and the bow in resignation. Goes, he looks at the woman and goes, "Fine, you win." And he lets you light the fire for him.
This is merely a demonstration. This is your order that you put in. You know the way of the stick and the bow is the way of the past. The real way is with a bit of magic set to make things a lot bit easier. You're a man who knows things. You're a man who knows the vision of the future. So you came to me to commission this item.
His eye is starting to twitch as you give him the spiel.
Everything's fine.
Ask your questions and leave.
About that gate that leads to the hill. Why is he so busy?
Almost seemed like you should know. You sound just like the idiot.
Yes, and I've travelled with a pack of idiots quite a bit recently. Idiots seem to flock together. Enlighten me.
Look, there's been some freaking... You can tell he wants to punch something. Been some guy up there touting about this new invention he has. Some type of special oven he has. And he's been there 3 times a day, every day, for the last 3 weeks. Don't know how he does it, but he's got this special oven that does miracle work. And normally, I'd be fine with that, but he's up there 3 times a day, every day. And it's just, his pitch is driving me insane. I've been hearing his voice this whole time. But the townsfolk seem to love the guy because he's making their lives easier. So I can't throttle him, but I would love to.
He looks around and goes, leans up. Now this may be your lucky day. We may be able to give you just that.
How so?
Well, food supplies have been disappearing. some goblins and so have been coming this way, disappearing apparently into the hill. Sounds a bit dodgy to me. Sounds like a bit of hero work. This means me and those other idiots are going to check it out. If we're up to no good, it's throttling time.
Well, he should be there shortly after breakfast tomorrow. Should be able to catch his little show then.
We'll be back.
And if you can get him, I'll find a way for the entire village to order you little fire starters.
Delightful. A pleasure to be doing this with you, sir.
And if you can get rid of him, it'll be a pleasure doing the business with you.
Saying that I'm with him, I hear they does seem to make a trouble because it seems to pop.
Say that again?
Well, last time I mentioned with us, it does seem to have a time for making problems pop. See you at breakfast time then. And with this, he shall activate expeditious retreat, basically meaning wheels pop out of his boots, and he just races off back to the warehouse.
He has Heelys.
Yes.
So yeah, not a whole lot is happening at the warehouse tonight.
99, 90. I lost count. I gotta start over. 99 bottles of blood on the wall. 99 bottles of blood. Take one down, chug it around. Fuck.
Magpie's trying not to laugh if she's hearing that.
So we will say Snark gets back to the warehouse with no incident whatsoever.
Snark has the advantage that his infiltrator armor allows him to move about 5 feet quicker per turn, but that's still quite a distance.
Yep, it's still about a 2-hour. It's about a 2-hour walk. You are moving a little bit faster, so we'll say you can get back in an hour and a half. And just because everybody in the warehouse, make me another Constitution check against sleep.
That is a 26.
19.
18.
Okay, nobody falls asleep. So Snark is back at the warehouse. How do you want to handle this?
I just got to barge in for the walls with my usual tact. Walls, door. Alright, you done the heads, I gotta leave.
Finnegan, I told you not to pee the bed.
So someone apparently has invented a motorcycle and is going down that road.
Motor what now?
What's your late, Snark?
One thing first, right? The motorcycle is like the horseless horse, except it's got wheels. It's constantly going around. Apparently, they've really sorted out the now. So it's over again. And now the lead is in town village. I forgot how big it was. Freezer village. This was really grumpy person who reminds me of someone complaining about this person. I didn't get a name, or what it was anyway. But then he's a inventor going about. He has this oven that does everything. does miracles. Now, I followed these goblins and the orc supervisor, for the lack of words, through that village to a hill at the end of it where there's a lot of traffic going on. And there appears to be some kind of gem that it wasn't a. Out of character, that gem wasn't visible without invisibility, was it?
It actually was, but you caught it while you were scanning the area.
There's some gem embedded into the rocks of the hill that may or may not be invisible. I've not been catching enough sleep. Are those shadows dancing to you, or am I just hallucinating again? No matter. However, there's going to be a show in the morning. Breakfast time. We've got to be there. Medically promise. Obviously, if this guy's not on the up and up, you'll get rid of him.
Perhaps we should investigate that.
That does sound too good to be true.
I think I heard a kitten sneeze.
That was not a kitten.
Wait, that was you, Lantern?
That was me.
That's not a kitten sneeze.
That's a kiss and
Like
sneeze.
I said, you don't know the kittens I've heard sneeze.
Anyway, back to the plot. So, when is he having his next show?
Like you said, breakfast time.
Just after breakfast.
Just
The game is afoot.
You measure horses in hands.
When did you last sleep?
We've been up kind of all night. By the way, Magpie still is like perfectly fine. I don't know why.
I mean, none of you are particularly sleepy right now.
Oh god, the whole thought we've been doing is cancel at least one level of exhaustion.
It hasn't been 24 hours without sleep yet.
How long is it going to be before dawn?
Okay, it would be roughly 11 or 12 at night now.
Well,
So you have at least 6 hours until dawn, and probably about 8 until what most people would consider breakfast.
well, get some rest until dawn and then head to the village in order to investigate for breakfast time.
I guess.
Stark disengages, duffs his armour, returning to his suitcase form, pulls out a small box from his bag of holding and basically sets it for so many hours. It's a few hours before breakfast time, because he's invented the alarm clock that people may or may not hate him for.
Comes in handy now and then.
Why has he got a potato?
Magpie's just gonna sleep on the catwalk. She's perfectly comfy up there.
Get some sleep, folks. We got business in the morning. Better be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed.
What'd you say about my tail?
It's bushy.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. So you all go to sleep in one form or another, or into a trance, or whatever it is Cyrano actually does.
Snuggles.
Drunken
Nuggles.
stupor?
The alarm goes off
It is.
and presumably wakes all of you up.
The alarm should be especially effective because it's basically Snowy's. One of Snowy's most offensive rants going off that's bound to wake up anyone.
hell? Why did you pick that as the alarm?
Do you actually need to need that answering?
Snore that way about the drow.
Well, he's
Look,
completely
I don't know what he's got against Granny Midnight. I just know because of him we're not welcome back at the establishment.
Yeah, we'll deal with that later. I don't know the details myself, despite. So, where's this village? You know, Magpie just kind of slides down the ladder. Because, of course she does.
Ooh, Woodburn.
I thought the ladder... Never mind.
Some friction.
Yep.
Either way, she goes down the ladder in a young, happy adventurer sort of way that you'd see in the movies.
It's the first thing in the morning when you've been woken by the offensive and very colourful rant. How the hell can you be happy after that?
I got a
bet
good
she
night's
was-
sleep.
I bet she was dreaming of Ludwig.
Get out of my head right now, Yuki.
Yuki has mysterious fox magic.
You were dreaming of Toby mugs for some reason.
Oh, we don't talk
Good
about
night.
the Tobin mugs.
I don't want to think about those ugly ass things.
Okay, you losers. The village is this way. And along the way onto the village, he is opening up the suitcase and donning his armor again. He is going better at doing, puts it on the move, but he's still hopping along the way, hitting things with a hammer.
Would he accept help from one of the other party members to, speed up the process?
Nope.
Okay, figured I'd ask.
Okay, you guys are headed towards the village. You arrived there without incident. Only when you arrive there, this time, Snark, you see a small group of villagers gathered out near where the main gate would be. Once again, there's no actual gate there because it's a small village and they don't have a town wall, but it's about where the gate would be if they did. And now that it's daytime, you can see, signs of activity from people about to finish up breakfast. And the people are starting to gather, in one area where you saw quite a bit of activity, just kind of in footprints and the like. They're starting to gather right about there. When strolling in from who actually knows where, in walks a relatively tall Warforged. The Warforged, you can hear his joints creaking as he walks. And he is dressed in a brown tweed suit, suspenders, a little bow tie, a straw hat, dress shoes and spats. Has a pair of small round glasses with one yellow and one pink lens. And he's carrying a large suitcase with letters stenciled on it, PM stamps. And he walks up, sets the suitcase down, looks over the crowd and goes, "How's everybody doing today? Are you ready for another miracle of modern technology?" And a few of the people kind of clap. A few of the people kind of clap there.
Magpie is very happy the hood is over her face because the look on her face is basically, are you fucking kidding me?
So he reaches down. It looks like he turns a couple of knobs on his suitcase, and then you see the suitcase flop open and start bending and folding in ways that a suitcase should not fold, until it turns into what can only be described as a small bodega. In the middle of this bodega is an oven that looks absolutely average and normal in every way. It's got a cooktop with 4 burners on it. It's got a little broiler plate, a little broiler drawer on the bottom. You can open up, when he sits there and opens up the cavity, he goes, "Everybody, I want you to take a look at this modern miracle of cooking technology, the Wonder Oven. It will cook any food I can desire out of this manual." And he holds up a fairly thick book, using only the basis of ingredients, and it will do it within 5 minutes. So let me demonstrate just how easy this thing is to actually get to work, and hopefully you will decide to take one home for yourself, as many of your neighbors have already done. So first, I gather the necessary ingredients. Right now, I have a small pile of wheat flour, and he puts that on a little dish, and a clove of garlic, and he puts that right on top of the wheat flour. He opens up the oven, slides the dish in.
What fresh hell have you concocted? Because I don't remember this being in the game.
He closes the oven and goes, "And now I turn to the recipe I wish to concoct, which I'm going to keep secret from you until you see it." And he looks at the book, goes, "Okay," and then he reaches over to a keyboard kind of thing that's stuck on the console of the oven, and punches a few buttons. I got that. The recipe I want tells me which code I need to program into the oven to get the desired result. And he snaps the book shut and lays it on the shelf. He closes he's got the door closed. And he goes, "Now, with that done, I take the simple power gem, reach over, tap this power gem on the other power gem embedded into the cooktop. So I will bang these rocks together 3 times. And now the oven is locked." And he demonstrates he can't open it. The oven has been secured. "The oven is locked for your safety, ladies and gentlemen. If it were to open, the intense heat inside could surely cause an injury. So while in operation, do not open up the oven if the lock fails. If the lock fails, please contact the number we will give you for replacement." And after about 3 to 5 minutes, you hear a ding. The light on the power gem goes out. He opens up the oven. Out pops a basket of garlic bread. Just like that, folks, it is that easy. You give the oven the raw ingredients and it cooks it for you. This is surely a miracle of modern technology. I will be here to take orders for the next hour, and then I will be back 2 more times today, as I have been for the past few weeks.
Hold on a minute.
Yes, sir, you in the back.
Yes, me in the back of the technical armor. You may present a technical marvel producing food from strange combinations. But does it actually taste good?
It is right here. Come up and try a sample for yourself.
Snark just pushes his way through the crowd. If
Quick
anyone...
question while Snark is doing that. He didn't put eggs or anything else in it, just the garlic and the flour, right?
He just put garlic and flour, yes.
Okay, just want to make sure so I know what Magpie's thinking.
Snark takes a bite of the bread.
Is it good?
It's not the greatest bread, but it's something on par. It's something that's on par with most short order cooks.
He turns to the crowd. Does he spot the guy he was talking to yesterday?
No, he does not.
You are offering this a typical Marvel who can't cook anything. But when people want cooked goods, they want them good. They want the love, the feeling that has gone into your cooking. That it tastes great. Because it's not...
Sir, I am selling convenience for the busy people of the world.
Convenience should taste better. This is bland. This is uninspired. I would only feed this to the people I don't like. Spiglet! My party! Come to me! I want to take an opinion on this food.
Well, everyone else is tasting that, Mr. Stamps, sir. I've got 2 questions for you myself. I'm a little confused. Garlic bread has more than just flour and garlic in it. To make bread alone, you need yeast, water, eggs, that sort of thing. There's not even salt in that. And also, where are you getting these ingredients? Because I'm assuming the bodega is filled with food?
Actually, it's not. It only has a little bit of food in it. And you notice, it is the food that the goblins carried away from the store. Snark would see that better, but it's basically what the goblins took from the store last night.
So Magpie's more curious. How is that turning into bread? Because it's not wet. There's no oil. You need that to brush on the garlic. So even with your convenience, a lot of the raw ingredients are missing. Can you
no. I cannot go into the details. That is a trade secret and under strict copyright.
1, what the hell's copyright? And 2, you realize that makes me not even want to try the garlic bread.
You saw your compatriot? It is perfectly good garlic bread.
I said it was dull and bland.
So is your face, but we're not judging that.
1, please don't insult my compatriot.
My face is not dull and bland, it's very punchable. And I take pride in that.
Anyway, while he's insulting himself, sir, I'm sorry, but I have to be a bit of a skeptic because I was taught if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. And this seems a wee bit too good to be true because instant cooking?
Oh, Miss Skeptic, if you truly do wish to learn more about if this oven will deliver, why not ask one of the many residents of this village that have already bought one and been using it for the past few weeks? Their tales will tell you more than I could ever hope to demonstrate with that level of skepticism in you.
Uh-huh. Another question. Have you sold these off the island by any chance? Because something
Indeed I have.
Uh-huh. Mind if I roll an insight check? Because something ain't feeling right here.
Go ahead.
27.
He is being perfectly honest with you.
Okay, interesting.
You can tell he's not telling you everything, but then again, he has said trade secrets.
Yeah, so the omission of truth is bothering her. That trade secrets thing is making her think there's something not quite on the up and up, because if he really wanted to convince her, he could have explained, at least tried to explain away why there's no other of the ingredients that she knows are in garlic bread.
Hold up there. I happen to be a health inspector, and I want to see what's on the up and up with this.
Be my guest. What would you like to inspect?
Everything. And she just stuffs the whole garlic bread in her mouth.
And once again, it's serviceable garlic bread. It's not the best cooked garlic bread in the world, but you would find it about at any short order cook would give you about equal level.
Did Yuki leave any left? Because Magpie may try one, and I kind of have like a comical reaction to it.
She only ate half then.
Magpie tries a piece. Yeah, it's serviceable. I'm gonna be honest, I'm kind of with Snark. There's barely any garlic flavor, and it's a bit dry.
It needs more blood.
You know, that might actually make it
sorry,
moister.
I'm afraid blood would make this a bit of a health risk.
You've never heard of blood pudding?
But the health inspector just told him it needs more blood. How could it be a health risk?
I will have to see your credentials for that health inspector. Maybe you would be more impressed by a different dish.
Yes, let's see this dish then.
I'm trying to think of a way that Snark could have invented some sake paper just to sneak to Yuki. And I can't actually think of a way decently that he could have invented some.
I mean,
So-
minor illusion's a thing.
So, you see Stamps walk back over to the shelves, look around. He pulls out some just raw, uncooked chicken. Pours out about a cup of vegetable oil. He goes, "Okay, we will go with this then." And sticks both of those in the oven, closes it, flips through the book for the code, punches in code, taps the gem, and then leans on the oven and just kind of drums his fingers staring at you.
Snark just so wants away just to be able to cast shatter on the thing, but he knows he can't do it without getting caught.
And a few minutes later, the bell sounds. He opens up the lid, opens up the oven, and pulls out a plate of fried chicken. Yeah, there you go. Sample that.
Yuki's severely torn right now. Blood, chicken, blood, chicken. Yeah!
She so eats the chicken.
So Yuki just kind of jumps on the plate of chicken and starts wolfing it down.
Pretty much.
It's like, it seems your compatriot is perfectly fine with the food this oven produces.
Her favorite food's chicken, of course she's gonna enjoy it. And also, fried chicken's a little simpler than garlic bread, so I'm a little confused. Meanwhile, Magpie is kind of subtly trying to see if there's any heat eating off this oven to see if it actually did heat up the food.
The food is perfectly hot. There is no heat in the oven, or radiating from the oven.
Yuki, if you're not inhaling the chicken, is it good chicken or bad chicken or...
I don't know anymore.
Sir, how is the oven cool when you said it's really hot when it cooks the food?
That is superior insulation at work.
Okay, at least you have an answer for that. It's just... something like this, I can't... Admittedly, I'm not an artificer, that's more my compatriot's abilities. Can't puzzle through how this works, because I've used ovens before.
Yeah, I will let you examine. He opens up the oven cavity and lets you look in it. You don't
not
see
quite see
anything out of the
anything.
ordinary. It just looks like an oven in there.
She subtly taps it inside.
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay, so nothing weird happened.
But you also notice it's stone cold in there, too.
Wait a minute. You said when it's locked, it's hot.
Indeed it is.
And this is where the food went in, right?
Indeed it is.
Why is it ice cold?
Superior cooling technology.
Even superior cooling technology ain't cooling it that fast. I'm sorry, but, you may have to reveal those trade secrets if you want me to buy one. Apologies, sir.
You can buy the trade secrets from me.
You got a bounty. Any paperwork.
And the cost of the trade secrets would be 80 billion gold.
There it is.
I see what you did there.
Magpie is just... She's not really showing any emotion, but the back of her head is, dear God, if this ain't a grifter, I don't know what the hell he is.
We've also been going for an hour.
Cliffhanger.
Hanging from a cliff.
Anything else?
What Magpie wants this guy to do.
That's why he's called Cliffhanger.
Hanger hanging from a cliff. Captain Kirk's a furry now, and he's gonna give. Wait, what?
So, I somehow managed to derail this scene, so catch us for the third and final part of Cooking with a capital C. And a character we're sure never to see again. Later, folks.
Later.
Bye-bye.